I appreciate all of you. I really, really do. We've done really, really well with pushing this out today, and I thank all of you for your help. And I really appreciate you a little bit more. There's probably an extra 300 people watching since the last time I asked you guys to share and like. So I think if you guys collectively give me two more big pushes during this live stream, we will hit our target for this week, which was 1,000 viewers overall platforms, and we're at 921 overall platforms. So if we can just get this pushed out, I will feel very, very happy, and then we can get working on next week's mad target. But you guys,
we'll just have to take the crystal and go and get that energy done. Yeah, so I just popped in to say hello to everybody, and of course to my lovely Yum there. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
So my energy is back to where it should be, man.
Yes, it is. You're back up again. Your energies is not all over the place, and you're absolutely focused, and I love it.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just pop in to give you some more support.
Well,
and saying hello to everyone, and the unusual things that I saw. I might actually have a look at the Diddy Meister, because it's actually been October was when I went to look at him when he was in his cell. Do you remember?
He's
plus different.
He's had hospital visits. He's had alleged meltdowns. He's had breakdowns. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So. We'll look forward to that. And remember, tonight we're live with you as well, Beverly. We're going to be doing our sort of Valentine's Day mystical and cosmic special, all about how you can find your soulmate and your twin flame and all that good stuff for all you single men and ladies out there seeking.
We're going to do some really, really good stuff with our lady that's in Hawaii, which is Odette O, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to disappear now. I might pop in a bit later.
No problem.
For the time being, and I'll be back. I'll speak to you later. Bye.
Take care, Bev. Okay, well, that was awesome to see Bev, and like I say, we're live again tonight. I need to get that live stream up. There's a lot of stuff coming on the channel. There's a lot of stuff going on the channel with the JFK case, like friends of like Lee Harvey Oswald. I just did a thumbnail today. I think legitimately it was a workmate of Oswald, where there's documented photographs and stuff like that. Is wild. It's been a while as well since we've had any juicy JFK knowledge drops, you know. I'm sure we've all got our own theories. I'm sure we've all looked at the plethora of shenanigans that has been theories, facts, whatever over the years. But will we ever really know? Hopefully. Right, give me a second. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. All right. So, right? Because I'll be honest, that I kind of hear what you're saying. So, it's an interesting one. Joe Mama. It's an interesting one, because does that mean that we're seeing a pattern of behavior, or are we seeing repeating patterns of sound bites used in non-criminal, the not domestic, the civil lawsuits that people are using, because they're seeing those are the ones that are getting through? Do you see what I mean? Like Joe Mama? He apparently has one of the Tramps Ron. He has apparently one. Mentioned. Look at Woody Harrelson's dad. Oh, Woody Harrelson's dad. Okay, he apparently was one of the Tramps, Ron. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah. Did you all see that? Like, Freudian slip and slide. Did you see the video of the guy? Woody Harrelson and his dad was apparently one of the Tramps in the JFK. Okay, JFK shooting. I'm with you now. Thank you, Pearls. Did you ever see the footage of the dude that like walked out of the woods after fighting the bear when he? I mean, it's everybody's camping, hiking nightmare of turning a corner and then boom, 3 bear cubs, right? 3 brown bear cubs, right? Coming towards you. and Mama is nowhere to be seen. And then, by God, is Mama seen? All right, and you are between her and her cubs. And the guy, I mean, he got mauled. And then he just came out and started recording the video. And he was a knife maker, and it went viral, and his life's changed now. And I mean, the dude got messed up, bro. His ear was hanging off. It was just gory enough that you could watch it, right? Without, it wasn't super I mean, it was graphic, but it was enough that you were like, oh, actually, you fought off a brown bear. Yeah, you did good. You know, in the grand scheme of the human equation. Wild, man. Wild. Oh, dude. I mean, dude, it was nuts. It was nuts. Nuts, mate. Nuts. And yeah, I mean, I think there might have been even another layer to it where his missus was there and he stood between them so that his missus could get away. Like, I'm sure there's another layer of why he is a massive hero. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got to understand the dynamic for me when I go camping. When I go camping, I am the deadliest thing in the woods. Me. Right? You go camping in Canada or America, or lots of places around the world. Okay, of course. But, I mean, bears and that. Mountain lions. What? Mountain lions that'll just creepy like this behind you. Oh, don't mind me. Don't mind me. And then, nah, mate. Nah. Armed, heavily armed in the woods in America. Heavily armed. I mean, over the top armed. Do you remember the guy with the minigun in Predator? Just, that would be me. That would be me. No problem. No problem. But come at me, bear. Come at me. All right. I would feel confident with the minigun. All right. I'd feel confident. That would give me the ability to be like, listen, Mama Bear, I'll let you past. Okay, on you go, Mama Bear. She wouldn't understand. She'd still maul me, and it takes a second for the barrels to spin and all. I mean, it would be a nightmare. Okay, but mentally, I would be right there, toeing the line. So grizzlies, yeah, and black bears. Black bears, aye. Okay, we can all get out. Like, if we had to just have one species of bear, right? I'd be all right if it was just the black bears. They're pretty chill. All right, come and sit with you at a picnic table and that. Rip your face off, right? But pretty chill. It's the Kodiak bears, bro. Like, Kodiak bears and polar bears. The minute a Kodiak and a polar bear meet because of global warming and make some hybrid freaking mutant monster bear, we're done. We're donezo, mate. Like, donezo. Like, have you seen the ligers? Like, listen, you can say what you want about human beings, right? But the fact that somebody got a tiger and a lion and let them go at it to make a liger, and it's just wild, man. It's wild. Anyway, Diddy, allegedly not a nice chap, allegedly, and more accusations, more lawsuits, more of Busby just kicking butt in this whole scenario. Now, we've got some BIEBER stuff, right? And I'll be honest with you, I think I was sure, right? Now, don't quote me on this. I was sure that the other day I seen BIEBER at a birthday party or something where he was sat at a table smiling, doing something. And he looks skinnier, sure. But, I mean, are we being fed these images? I mean, I'm not being funny. I say that, and then I scroll down, and the man's in a dressing gown and a pair of Ugg boots. Okay. All right, okay. You're not helping the case here, mate. These shoes are comfy looking, though. See, it's interesting because another one of my theories was see, if we want to, let's say for a second, our theory is self-medicating and substances, right? It's the fact that he's so well dressed that throws us off that. Do you see what I mean? Like, if we took his face, if we cut his face out just now, and we went to like one of the Fent zombies from one of the other states and slapped his face on them, would it fit in? Like, is it the fact that he is so well groomed and he has this lavish wardrobe that is keeping us from really seeing the true extent of what's going on here? I know that. And let's have a look at this video as well. Okay, we've got 20 seconds over here. Oh yeah, I mean, that does not look like somebody who is substanced or whatever. That looks like a man whose trousers are basically 4 pairs of trousers worth of trousers. But I'm going to say, like, he looks all right running here. Like, I've seen people who are in a mess. A mess. All right. Recovery. I mean, the tongue hanging out's a bit sussed, right? I'm not going to lie. I'll give you 1 sus point for the tongue out. Nah, I mean, it doesn't look super great in these photos. Does he though? Let me have a look. I mean, he doesn't look that bad. Do you know what I mean? He looks a bit older than we all know. He doesn't look like he's got any makeup on, or he's been through like a makeup routine or anything like a lot of these people do. But he looks a lot better in that image than he does in several other images. There he is in his pants. There he is. I mean, even again here. Hang on, I'm going to get you these images, peeps. Just give me a second. He loves a fluffy pair of shoes, does this boy? He really does. All right. Okay. He does look ancient. Yeah. Yeah. Like the aging of a substance, right, situation is, I'm not saying that's out of the question, obviously. No makeup and no editing. This is just what people look like in the world. Right. I think we're all just shocked because we're like, actually, that kind of looks like me after a 36-hour wild weekend on a Sunday, trying to get bacon and rolls and tatty scones down at the shops. And you're questioning your whole life at this point. You're stood in the queue, no sleep. All you're thinking about is this bacon roll. All you're thinking about is that. That's all you're focused on. The world around you is going on, and you look away. That's what we say in Scotland, awa, right? We've all been there. Don't pretend like you haven't. You know, if you don't have bacon rolls in your life, you know that you've been standing for a McGriddle, all right, or a McSutton, okay? Don't give me your absolute nonsense. That, Dave, I've looked worse than this, and I'm fine, right? And I've had days where I've woken up and I have 1 dreadlock of hair. 1 dreadlock of hair. I'm like, what have we done? How have we went from Friday to looking fabulous, and now it's Sunday afternoon and I've got 1 dreadlock and I have a tiny amount of every drink that has been drank for 2 days across my white shirt? Okay. It looks like a rainbow freckle effect filter has been added to me. Okay. And there's always a burnt patch of chest hair. Like, at what point am I setting fire to myself? You know what I'm saying? But it's the truth. Okay. So then apply that to Bieber. You know, even here, he does look a little bit like, do you remember The Pianist? The movie with, was it Christian Bale? And he had to lose all that weight. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Is it The Pianist? Hope I'm pronouncing that right. But it does have the look of decline. All right. When we look at this image and we look at this image, I think it's a big difference from, say, this image. Okay. But you're always going to look more awesome with long hair. right? You know, you're not, but you do. But you see what I'm saying here? There's a big difference between these images, and there's definitely a noticeable decline. And here's what I would like to discuss with you, lovely people. All right. When we talk about Justin, let's talk about a theory, a hypothetical, right? A hypothetical Justin. Let's not even say it's this Justin, just for legal reasons. Let's just say we're talking about a different Justin. But if we've got Justin and he's gone through a horrific conspiracy level upbringing in childhood within the music industry, okay? And let's say in this version, he doesn't think anything necessarily happened to him, right? As a child, maybe nothing did, but maybe he did things and witnessed things and was part of something that as a child he thought was normal and completely condoned and not and was fine. Because why would you think it's not, right? You're currently living the dream of a 15-year-old, right? Think about how much of a dumbass you were at 15, right? And even more, how about this? You're a dumbass and you're blinded by your mother and your family's wants for you. And all of a sudden, your whole future gets presented on a platter to you, your family, your mum. And it's just all this incredible thing. Why in God's name, up until you seen literally someone unalived or you went into the wrong colored room in the rainbow parties, right? Why would you think there's anything else going on? You're Justin Bieber. You just dropped baby, 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 baby and made $1 bagillion. $1 bagillion. Okay? And now you're mulling about with Diddy, right? Everything's kosher, right? Okay. So we move on in this alleged. Have you ever worn braids? Yes, I have. But I have a weird thing with braids. Like braids have all got to be applied by certain people to me. It's not like, oh, let's go to the hairdressers and get someone to put in braids. It's annoying. Because yeah, anyway, so Bieber is now fully engrossed in this world. Maybe he's been shown some boobies, right? We've broken him in slowly. We've got maybe some dancing girls all around the party, and we're breaking him in easy. And then a week later, bam, he's given some alcohol, he's given some of this, given some of that. And this is a metaphor. We're not talking about anyone specific. This is any names or coincidences between living or dead is completely coincidental. And then something happens, right? Where you've committed a serious crime. And it's all recorded. And you don't really realize it until, you're a bit more grown up. And all of a sudden, you have a man wishing he was a victim. You wished that the story behind him was one where he was at the center of some form of abuse, but in actual reality, could it be that he was a pawn and being used to deliver the abuse? Now, he's obviously still a victim, but in the head of Bieber, would you see it that way? Would you see it that way after all those years? Because I think the amount of ways that Diddy has allegedly delivered his wrath in all of these cases is so far past what anyone has ever thought. And again, it's all allegations. But also, I would like to say, I completely believe the narrative that Bieber was completely the subject of traditional and horrific abuse. It could be any of this. It's just a theory. But if we don't discuss things, we just get stuck in an echo chamber. You know what I mean? Because there is so many dark tales that are popping out of the woodwork about Hollywood, about so many different groups, whether it's through worship and these things are happening allegedly, whether it's through coercion, whether it's through substances. There's a lot of different ways that people can be lured into doing things they wouldn't usually do, and then be filmed for it, and then be made famous, and then have things to lose. And then you get into the control factor.